Hey friends, Jessica here. So I wanted to share a little Photoshop hack with you for making color palettes. And if you know me, you know my tools are all about saving you time and energy and doing things and working smarter, not harder. So this is something that I just made for myself because as a lot of you know, I'm just getting ready to release this really cool set of edited essential brushes. And they are, unlike a lot of my other brushes, they're not color blending brushes, but they're one color brushes. But sometimes you're wanting to make a quick color palette because like for example in these are pretty monochromatic here even, but you're making some oranges. You want to make a little quick orange, but you you want some lights and some darks and everything so you can show depth. And so I'm going to show you just a little brush hack that I did to save myself time when I'm making color palettes. And you can download these brushes for free. I'll put a link down below and they will be in my newsletter vault. And just sign up for my newsletter and you can download them, easy peasy. And so what I have here is some brushes, and I'll have these available normally as ABR brushes for Photoshop or tool presets if you're using an older version. But all they are, they're really simple. So I've got one that's foreground to background subtle, like a subtle jitter. So it's a subtle brush. So in this over here on my color palettes, I've got like an orange and a pink in the background. So I've got my foreground and background. And so I'm just going to take this brush, and when I brush with this, like so, I'm going to have this color jitter that I put into my brush here. It's got some color dynamics, so it switches back and forth between the foreground and background, but it also moves the hue, saturation, and brightness a little bit. So you've got this nice color palette here to work from that is using the foreground and background colors. So I've got one that's subtle, and then I've got a foreground and background brush that's bolder. And what's great is that these will work with whatever colors you have here in your palette. So this one's got a little bit of a bolder, a little more variations in it, which is cool. And then I have one, say you have like, I picked out an orange here that's just kind of a medium orange from this, orange that I've drawn. And so say I've just like, I pick an orange and I want to make a little color palette out of it because I want some lights, I want some darks, but generally in the same color. So I also have just a foreground palette maker. So I'm just going to take that brush and go like this. And let's undo that. And then I'm going to have different oranges that are based off of this orange here. And so I've got one that's subtle, and then the other brush is a little bit bolder, so you've got like more lights to dark. So this is a quick way to make yourself a nice little color palette, and if you want, you can also like take the brush size down just a little bit, so it's like you can fit more on your canvas and you've got more lights to darks because the longer you brush, the more. But I love it. I like the like little circles, and it just makes it easy to sample from. So say, for example, I go and grab one of my brushes from my new brushwork collection, which will be released soon. I've got my my brush here. So all I have to do is hit Option on the Mac or Alt on the PC, and I can toggle between my brush and my color picker. So I can go here, and I can pick this orange, make some cool brush strokes, pick a darker one, layer over that. We've got like, these brushes are really cool because they have like a lot of texture built into them, and just so on and so forth. So it really can give you a really quick color palette. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tip, this little hack, and it's something that I use to help me just make a super duper down and dirty quick color palette. And it's just all about using, working smarter, not harder, and using Photoshop brushes to save myself time. So get your download on and enjoy those. And if you have any questions, just let me know.